Hello everyone. So in this video I will tell you about what are the mandatory skills that if you are a non-IT guy, like you are from mechanical, civil, biotechnology or whatever except IT and CS, then what are the things that you should learn if you want to get a job in the companies like Infosys, TCS, Wipro, Capgemini, Accenture, Mphasis, Mindtree, whatever. And why I'm telling you, because in if you are a non-IT guy, then and if you are from tier 3 college, even if you are from lower NITs, so the harsh reality in our country is that we have very few core jobs, or we have a very less manufacturing jobs. So in those area the chances of getting job is likely I mean less as compared to getting into the IT companies. And if you compare the salary, then in IT growth is very decent as compared to the manufacturing sector. So here I have come up with one video where I will tell you what are the skills. So I have listed down few skills which you should know. So I myself from an engineering background, and I am a non-tech guy, non-CSIT guy. So basically, I'm from electronics and communication engineering. So these are the things which I did during my college, and I am from NIT Silchar, basically. So this is the thing which I did during my college, and currently I am working in one IT companies and getting a decent salary right now. So things you should also consider if you are in your first year, second year, third year, and even if you are from any branch, but if you want to get a job in IT sector, then yeah, these are the things I will list down. And why I'm telling to non-CS or IT guy. So the thing is, I already told you that in our India, in our country, basically we have very less manufacturing job or core job. And whatever the jobs that are available in our country, recruiters are gonna pick candidate for that job mostly from the top IITs grads. So yeah, the scarcity is there, so you have to update yourself as per the job scenario. So for if you are doing an engineering, then it's so that's why it's considered that CSE and IT branch, I mean most demanding branch uh, right now. So now, okay, let's move to the things which I have listed down. So if you have joined an engineering college and you're from any branch, so during the first year, you should try to attend whatever the workshop your college is conducting. It could be from blockchain, IoT, AI, ML. I know that this you won't get that much. You will not understand completely, but yeah, you should attend. And that what will do. I mean, what this workshop will uh, benefit, how this benefit you. So you will get a basic idea about all these things, current what is going on in the market. And who knows that you might mistakenly you chosen civil or mechanical, but you had no idea that okay, in computer science there are so much things which I wasn't aware, and right now I'm finding it very interesting. So yeah, that's the thing. So that's why you should attend whatever the workshop related to blockchain, IoT, AI, ML, and it could be anything during your first year. And in first year itself, there are so many languages, but out of which I think most of the colleges they used to take C language as part of curriculum. So you should learn this C language, and after learning this, anyway you have to learn it. I think most of the colleges it's in their curriculum. And after learning C language, you should move to some object-oriented languages. So I will, from my suggestion, I learned Java, and it helped me a lot. So again, I will tell you to go for a Java. So one object oriented and one you have a procedural language, so that is enough, and Java will help you. It's considered as an easy language. In starting, you might feel that okay, long syntaxes are there in Java as compared to C++, but if you get to know more about Java, you will feel much more comfortable in Java. Okay, so what are the site you should go for this? So you have a Gig for Gigs. You will get lot of topic there to read and prepare. So yeah, this. can refer to this site. And the next thing, so after completing your first year, you know blockchain, IoT, AIML, and the next one is C and C++ or Java. That could be one of the language that you should know. And during the second year, it could be related to some project or something like that. So during second year, I will tell you go for Android development. Yeah, why I'm saying this, because it's a you can make a small scale project. You can make one small scale mobile application, uh, and you already learned Java, so you will not face much difficulty while learning or while developing an Android application. If you want me to make a very simple tutorial type video, how to make Android applications, and then I can do it for you, or otherwise you can find a lot of videos and it will help you to develop an Android application. So here you can choose either Java or Kotlin. Both languages you can use, but right now most of them are currently they are using Kotlin, and it is also a Google certified language right now. So yeah, and XML. So using this, you try to build one mobile application that will give you another boost. Okay, so how whatever the in your smartphone, whatever you open, everything is mobile application. So again, that will improve your IT knowledge in terms of Android development. And then use tables, JavaScript, which are considered a basic language, and you should go for it. And so during the second year, so you have completed Android development, basic web development, and now you have come to third year. So here you should uh, go for some backend framework, and you already know Java. So I will uh, consider this Spring framework, which is most commonly used at enterprise level. So even if you join company, you won't be like, okay, I don't know what this Spring framework is all about, because you already know, or you did it during your third year. So yeah, so this is the Spring framework which is mostly used at enterprise level for a Java developer. Now come to the next part, some front-end framework. So in the market we have very popular framework. For CSS we have a Bootstrap. For JavaScript we have Angular, React, Vue.js and all. And then you need to build some project, whatever you learned till now, based on using Java language. You already created some Android application here in your second year, and third year you learned backend development as well as front end framework. So altogether you can create some project, and after knowing all this thing, you can grab a internship after your third year, or even in your second year. If you able to do the Android development, then there are but very less chances, because if you are not from the CSIT background. So right now the scenario is that very less chance grabbing an internship, but it again depends on you. So but yeah, after third year, I think if you consider all this, if you have completed all this, very high chances of getting an internship. It could be you can grab it from Internsala, or there are so many other websites. From Naukri.com you can also refer some internship. And at the end of third year, so here your final year starts. Now you already have spent your third year in your college, so now it's time to build a resume and whatever you have learned. Yeah, and you need to update the resume, and you time to let set go. So here you just need to prepare for the company. So here are few websites you should refer while doing all this. So I'm gonna show you. So this one is first Interview Beat, for preparing an interview. And then second you have Hacker Rank. uh, Here you can make an account and start practicing as much as you can. Then again is the Lead Code, which is a very fantastic website, and here you can practice